Money is always moving, even when it looks still, even when nothing seems to change. It's already on its way somewhere else. Beneath the surface of our daily lives, a silent river of capital flows through the veins of our digital world. It never sleeps, it never rests. A global pulse that dictates the rhythm of nations and the fate of industries. From the silent halls of central banks to the frantic pace of global markets, every second counts. What we see is only the shadow of the momentum driving the future, a force both powerful and unseen. Because in this world, to stay still is to vanish. Money is always moving, and it's already on its way somewhere else.
From the outside looking in at the world, all the things feel stable. There is a quiet, glass-walled corridor, and the markets slowly settle into place. And the prices continue to hold steady. Everything looks calm for now. But deep underneath it all, hidden from view, the movement never stops, ever. Because money reacts, this is how it flows. To risk, the patterns of exposure emerge. To opportunity, growth begins here. And from risk, we see the infrastructure of growth. To changes in confidence, stability is found in order. Even small signals can change everything, can shift its direction. A collective movement.
It moves across borders, constant, unstoppable, an invisible current flowing through the geography of our making, across markets, navigating the peaks and valleys of global commerce, seeking paths of least resistance in a digital sea, across entire systems, woven into the very architecture of our modern world, bridging the gap between the physical and the virtual, quietly adjusting, adapting to the friction of reality, refining itself with every passing microsecond, searching for equilibrium, moving to where it feels safer, where stability provides a foundation for growth. In the silence between transactions, a pattern emerges, a digital pulse weaving through the fabric of our world, unnoticed by most, yet felt by all. It is the invisible thread that connects a remote village to a bustling metropolis. A silent conversation that never ends, and never sleeps. The flow never stops. It only evolves, finding its path, shaping our present, and defining the future of everything it touches.
And when pressure builds, the strain becomes evident. As the flow accelerates, the system begins to reach its limit. What was gradual and seemingly insignificant then, in an instant, the transformation becomes sudden, and what once looked stable begins to falter. The shift begins to change everything, quickly. In the aftermath, a new equilibrium is formed. Currencies shift, a silent tide moving beneath the surface of global trade, influencing the very air we breathe. Markets react. They are living, breathing entities, responding to pressures unseen by the naked eye, often miles away from where the impact is felt. Entire economies feel the impact. From the largest conglomerates to the smallest family-run shops, no one is truly isolated from the ripple. It echoes through the halls of finance and the ports of commerce, eventually reaching the quiet corners of our everyday lives. This digital pulse is a transformation that dictates the wealth of nations and the value of time itself, moving faster than thought. It is a delicate balance that maintains the world as we know it, yet remains in perpetual motion, shifting while we sleep. The world moves on, shaped by forces of immense scale, even if most people don't see it happening. So money never really rests. It only pauses, holding its breath for a moment. Waiting in the silence of digital vaults. Waiting in the silence of digital vaults and quiet boardrooms. Watching, always watching the silent pulse of the markets. Watching the markets rise and fall like the tide. It is the silent current beneath every city street, and preparing to move again, ready for the next great shift.
In the quiet corners of the world where trade began, we often think of wealth as something static. We think of wealth as something static, a solid foundation, a number on a screen, or gold locked away in a vault. The physical weight of a coin in your palm. It feels permanent. But this permanence is an illusion, a snapshot of a larger journey. The truth is far more fluid, a current that never stops. Value flows like water, crossing borders in the blink of an eye. It builds cities and fuels the dreams of millions. It never sleeps, never rests. From the smallest transaction to the largest investment, it is a pulse that binds us all. Because in the end, we must come to understand a simple truth. Money is not a fixed thing. It is not a destination. It is always in motion, and it always will be.